Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Sir Shieldman was in My Hero Academia. There is a, Shieldman in My Hero Academia, but this one is totally different from him. So, and you guys voted for it, so, you voted for Sir Shieldman instead of Blackballed Dragon Man, Ares, his brother slash sister, or Spitter Man. The Dragon, if you guys voted for the Dragon Man, I would have just done, the Dragon Man and Spitter, her man, at the same time. But you voted for Ares and the Sir Shield Man. So, yeah. So let's get into this what if, shall we? And I may add some new people to it. So, one, he won't be like a bad person. He's just he is super smart thing. He could just be boom, done. But he pretends to be dumb. And he's making my Sir Shield Man way powerful. What brought me up to creating him is actually a Yu-Gi-Oh card that I made. I was like, you know what? There's not enough, of him. Because he's always been in, a back burner. We really didn't see the true story, so this is the, yeah. So, and I'm making him way more powerful in this what if. No. And yeah, similar to Deku using full max of One for All through the entire body. As yeah, he has the same powers as Doomsday Zuko and he has way more powerful. So basically, yeah. So he at age of 4, the quirk doctor told him that he can become a hero. Oh, because he had a quirk. And in this alternate timeline, there's a mystery ones. Though there's quirkless, quirked, abilities, and skill. So if you had like more than 3 out of 4, if you had more than 4, you are in that category. So, yeah. Because his father was definitely not Zuko, but he was some other quirkless person. Then his mother is not like Ochako or like Momo or any of that, but the girl who is basically a quirk. She has, let me show you. I'll just use this one. So his mother had the same like quirk abilities as her, or like if she was in My Hero Academia metaverse thing. So yeah, she has self regeneration and yeah. So yeah, and she, or he actually has a sister that's a lunatic. That's her. Yeah. So basically, yeah. He's really connected to his like sister because they're both brother and sister, so yeah, it makes sense. Like if one of them is in the jam, the other like gets him out of that situation. So, but he always, because his ability is infinity and 0, so that's a top it all off. So he can also predict the person's, or like see into the future kind before it even happens. Like if his sister was in a collapsed building, he can warp to there and he gets her out, but at the same time, because Sir Shield Man and isn't the isn't like dumb as the, I'm not really saying the guy that's in that Mr. Aizawa and Music Mike thing was yeah. So his body was a shield, so he can as yeah. So he gets up, shakes his head out, like his, yeah. He does all that. As he just like, as as she says, that was unexpected. Yeah, but that was flipping awesome. As Zuko, or as the Shield Man and her, now at 15, time skip. So they go to UA. his sister, her, doesn't laugh at him, but his sister actually helps him. She is like a sword because her combat abilities are insane. Like, she can take 20. Sorry, let me clear my throat. Sorry about that. I had to clear my throat. So, yes. So, basically, she could just take a person's head right off their bodies. Annie's. And she has like this like aura that only he could tolerate. Him and his sister, or his sister and him found out at age of 13 that their father and mother broke up. As they had to live by themselves in that same house. Reason? I'll explain it. Their reason is similar to everybody else's. It was a money issue. Because they didn't had enough money to like keep buying like certain things. Well, then at age of 15, they go to UA. They did the works, like registrations things. Tell me in the comments below of if I said that right. And they are kind of ticked off. So he used his defense and she uses her offense. He could use offense and defense at the same time. And so does her. So, yeah. So she ends up killing 1,000 million trillion billions of robots. That's the same score as her brother. So, yeah, her brother and her had the same score. As a 0-pointer came, but he immediately gets sliced out by both of them at the same time. It was like they were in sync with each other's. That's what you get when you they mess with yeah. So they both are in class 1A. Okay. So she sleeps with her brother because every time she sleeps by herself, she always has this same dream every single time of them arguing. Or not her and her brother argue, but her parents or their parents arguing a lot about money and all that stuff. As middle of the night, or actually her brother woke up. He was a great or like perfect brother to have, because he didn't just let her sleep with him. Um, when he like made sure that she was still breathing, and like not like kill her in her sleep kind, because yeah. But there is one other thing. The that he realizes that his own sister, or he could not believe that his sister has that same dream as she, or as he murmurs the quietly to himself that one day will be one big happy family again. I promise. As she was like sleeping and still in his arms. Yeah. So, yeah. And his mother and his father, mother, or his mother didn't get like remarried to someone else. They, because they had to overwork. So, yeah. And she still loves the kids and her father, or no, her husband. And I meant the, but it's just a money issue. So yeah, as their father knows that it's just the money issue, and as keeps he keeps drinking, even like as he goes up, or so he always had, when she was sleeping, he sneaks out to check on their father to see if he was doing okay. As his father was a little bit of a drunk, huh, person, because of, yeah. As he walks up to him, and this is what he said: "Father, we need to talk." As they both came to the living room, he sat down. As he tells them that, I know the money is the big deal in this family, but it's just my. He straight up told his father that this is what he said: "I'm not gonna lecture you on anything. It's just the between, because you know why my sister sleeps with me, because of that dream stuff, or that she keeps having, is that you and mother are always like arguing about that stuff, huh?" As his father understands what he's trying to say, as his father gets up from his couch, walks over to his son, instead of smacking him, he actually hugged him and told him that it's just all that stuff. Money is, I know that all of you, I know that you are more worried about your daughter, or no, your sister, and I understand. All of us, but please, to make sure, as he knew that his son was right, that as he as his son grabs that alcohol out of his father's hand, said it on the, like, put a lid back on and put it back in the fridge. As he says, and if mother her came back and see you in this critical condition, or in this condition, what would she say to you? As he was drunk, so he was like, I can't answer that because as he starts to, like, trying to very hard to not, like, vomit, and as he, yeah, it was a good pep talk, like his own son, like him, gave his father a pep talk, like, you know why that my sister has these same bad dreams and all that stuff? Yeah. As his father, Hunter, hugs him for a second time, because he knew that his own son, that's the reason why his son, or he keeps him alive. Without him, he would have just, like, taken his own life. As he could predict as his father walks in to his bedroom, and he had so much, like, guilt and hatred, or guilt, inside of his own head, as he pulls out a gun. And should I explain what it is, or? But his son came in the nick of time, as he grabs the gun out of his father's hands, as he, like, yells at him for, or not, you aren't, or this is what he says, you weren't gonna punish yourself because you knew, as he says, you knew that is, of course, his father said, you knew that I really try to, but as he's in too much pain to speak. There. As he literally allowed his father to, like, sleep with him and his sister. So, yeah. To keep them both, like, yeah. Because there's a lot of stress in their lives. So, now we go on to the very next day. As he comes back, as he makes sure that he had a gun safe. Or he actually puts all the guns in his pocket universe. So that his father doesn't, like, commit suicide for when they're away. As, yeah, he made sure. As, yeah, as he walks in to Class 1A. As Class 1A, or, like, of course, Ochako and all that stuff. Of course, Tenya, or actually, or not Tenya, his sister was, like, very tired. She's slowly still waking up from her nap thing, or her, like, sleep. And she was wearing her uniform, but she was on his back. As everybody's like, man, okay, I'm fine. It's my sister's is not a early bird. She's a late bird. And she says, I heard that as she goes back to sleep on his shoulder. And Mina thinks or thought that instead of, like, she never actually thought that the both of them were actually brother and sister. She thought he was her girlfriend, not Mina's, but hers. Well, so yeah, it was weird. And so he goes in as he knew that Mr. Aizawa was laying on the floor, as he sets his sister down sitting, or let's say he was early with his sister. He sees Mr. Aizawa still, like, laying in his bag, like always, as he knows that every time he looks at Mr. Aizawa, he kind of reminds me of what his father always looked when he had that drug thing, or those drugs. As he walks up slowly and taps on him, as Mr. Aizawa says, what do you want? Well, if you got curious of why I'm on the phone all the time, like phone calls thing, if that's okay with you, like, he explained why. Hey, Yeah. So, because his father sometimes, or really, is like in so much pain that yeah. So, he even told his father if that's okay, if he texts or calls you when he gets a chance. Like every day. Yeah. Okay? And it was very nice of you to as expected from my son. So he tries very hard to not like hold a tear back, but he knows that his son and won't allow him to do that. So he starts crying in front of his father. His father like getting cried in front of him. As he tells him that I know that you tried so hard to protect all of us. It's usually it's a parent's job to protect the parent or protect the kids and from danger and all that stuff. But you and your sister are so like it seems like you always carry his burden around with you. Like he says that with a heavy heart. Or that because his father or no, he says I know that you know to try very hard to like I have my own reason. Okay? As as his like when he called on hit when he's like when it was gonna be his turn next or like after like Ochako's he literally pulls out his phone and texts his father like are you doing okay, and as his father says I'm fine, I'm just trying to keep myself stable. What's wrong? Or what's wrong? Well, we have so much bills to pay and all that stuff. As he's like the last message was to him, and what he saw, it said, "Where's the guns?" As inside of him, underneath his mask, or as he starts to cry or starts to tear up, as he tried very hard to make sure that his own family got stabled back to being normal. Yeah, it is very deeper than you think. As Zuko, there's only 3 people that got the ball throw thing was Momo, or no, not Momo. It was Ochako, his sister, and him. So they all tied in first place. As they all break a tie. Okay? And then so after that, he goes home as his sister, or no, his father was there, or wasn't there. He was he was at a bar drinking, as his hunter was can't take it, so so he ends up drinking so much that his organs is about to give out, shut down thing. As his father, or no, he knew where his father is at. As he goes to there, walks in, he wasn't allowed to go into the bar, but he was mad. And as he throws the bouncer, or not bouncer, the people that guard the bar where his father was at, he kicked their butts, threw them across the world, or across, bam. As he walks up to his father, he knew as his father was gonna die, but then he walks up, grabs his father by the shoulder, and dragged him all the way to back to their house. As his drunken father was let go of me. I want to die in peace. Yes. As he couldn't handle how much bills that was in. And Zuko, and he says, no, we will figure out this way. That's why as he says to his father that's why he wanted to become a pro hero, to have some money, just like how you and Mother were. Both of you had really good jobs, but you didn't have enough money to pay off the debts. That's why, as he basically yells at his father that was drunk, that he knew, or his father knew it from the beginning, that his sister or Mr. Shields man's sister and him. That's why they joined UA, to help people and get some money to pay off all that, like, loans. And that's number 2 reason. Number 1 is actually a secret that I will keep. And please wait for part 2 to come out.